Stop drinking with the meal, start having breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, tea like a pauper, and have the juice of a lemon with a tiny bit of boiling water in it just before the meal.
Hey everyone! Today, I want to share an incredible story with you about a woman who completely transformed my life, Dr. Barbara O'Neill. You might be wondering, who is this Dr. Barbara O'Neill? Well, let me tell you, she is an absolute game changer.
Because the human body has been designed to heal itself. That is what God did. He made it that way.
It all started one lazy afternoon when I was aimlessly scrolling through YouTube. I stumbled upon a video featuring Dr. O'Neill talking about natural health remedies and how our bodies have the amazing ability to heal themselves. At first, I was skeptical. I mean, come on, a doctor who believes in natural healing? But as I watched more, her enthusiasm and knowledge drew me in. I was hooked. Dr. O'Neill's approach to health is all about natural remedies, and it did blow my mind. She explained how these simple changes could make a huge difference in our health. For years, I had been struggling with chronic fatigue and digestive issues. I tried countless medications, but nothing seemed to work. Dr. O'Neill's videos made me think, what if there is a better way?
I eat a high fiber diet. I eat generous proteins. I have legumes. In fact, some days I have them every meal.
Dr. O'Neill's philosophy is simple yet powerful. Feed your body what it needs to thrive. She emphasizes a plant-based diet rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. She talks about how our bodies are actually built to chow down on natural foods, not all that processed junk that is everywhere these days. And I will admit, I used to be all about the quick and easy fast food life. But hearing her talk about this stuff was like a wake-up call for me. I realized I was totally shortchanging myself when it came to my health. She goes deep into how food is not just something to fill your belly, it is like this healing powerhouse. When you feed your body the right stuff, it is like you are giving it these superpowers to heal itself from the inside out. I mean, think about it. Your body armed with the right nutrients can fight off all kinds of things that might mess with your health. That's the real magic of Dr. O'Neill's philosophy. It is about using food as medicine. Plain and simple.
So when you put a crystal of the Celtic salt on your tongue and then drink a glass of water, when the crystal's on your tongue, even if it only be for a few seconds, then the mucous membranes in the mouth are absorbing, first of all, the magnesium. Remember, it's a water-hungry molecule. And that magnesium is taken via the blood straight to the cell, and it pulls the water inside the cell.
Dr. Barbara O'Neill takes a unique approach to hydration. She emphasizes the importance of water, but with a twist. Instead of plain water, Dr. O'Neill suggests adding a pinch of Celtic sea salt to your water. The minerals in the salt, particularly magnesium, are believed to help your body absorb the water more effectively. She also encourages listening to your body's thirst cues rather than following a rigid 8-glass rule. Smaller amounts of water throughout the day are preferable to chugging large quantities. Quality matters too, with filtered or spring water potentially being better choices than tap water due to concerns about contaminants. Dr. O'Neill acknowledges that water is not the only source of hydration. Fruits and vegetables with high water content can also contribute to your daily fluid intake. So, it is not just about what is in your glass, but what is on your plate. Her ideas have made me rethink how I stay hydrated. It is not about following strict rules, but finding what works best for me and my body.
Important to be well hydrated. Important to stop the 5 known irritants to the gut, which is refined sugar, dairy products, peanuts, oats, and the hybridized wheat.
One of the most eye-opening lessons from Dr. O'Neill was about gut health. She explained how our gut is like a second brain and how it affects everything: our energy, mood, immune system, even our skin. She broke down complex stuff into simple tips, like eating more fermented foods, staying away from too much sugar, and getting enough fiber. She also emphasized the importance of drinking plenty of water and getting enough sleep, which I had been seriously neglecting. I decided to give her advice a shot. I started eating more yogurt, kimchi, and veggies. I cut down on junk food and sugary snacks, which was tough at first, but I could already feel the difference. I also started taking probiotics and prebiotics, as she suggested, to help balance my gut bacteria. Within weeks, I felt a huge difference. My stomach felt better, I had more energy, and my mood improved a lot. I was not feeling as tired and cranky all the time. My skin cleared up, and I even started losing some weight without really trying. It was like my whole body was thanking me for finally treating it right.
Every herb has a different effect on different parts of the body.
Dr. O'Neill is a huge advocate for using herbs to support health. She believes that nature provides us with everything we need to heal. Her knowledge of herbs is vast, and she shares practical tips on how to use them in everyday life.
Now, the herbs that stimulate healing in the liver, so these are your liver herbs. Remember, sweet to the mouth, bitter to the liver. Bitter to the mouth, sweet to the liver. All your bitter herbs, so that's dandelion. And that can be taken fresh or as a dried herb.
One of the coolest things she taught me is about dandelion. Did you know it can actually help reduce inflammation and great for liver? I had no clue. And peppermint. Turns out it is not just for candy. Dr. O'Neill explained how it can calm your stomach when it is upset. Learning these things has made me feel more in control of my health, because now I know natural solutions that actually work. But it is not just about knowing which herbs do what. Dr. O'Neill goes deep into understanding why each herb works the way it does. Like echinacea, it boosts your immune system, which is so important these days. And chamomile? That stuff is like a secret weapon for relaxation and getting a good night's sleep. Oh, and ginger. It is not just for sushi. It helps with digestion and can even settle your stomach when you are feeling queasy. Incorporating these herbs into my daily routine has been a total game changer. I feel more energetic, less stressed, and way more in tune with my body. It is like having a whole new set of tools to keep myself healthy, and I owe it all to Dr. Barbara O'Neill.
So what happens if someone goes to bed at midnight? Someone goes to bed at midnight, not only have they cut down by almost half their melatonin, serotonin, agonine, vasotocin and epithalamin, but they've also lost some of their cleaning. And what can also happen is they can wake up in the morning and they've still got memory from the day before in their short-term memory unit because there wasn't enough time to get it into the rapid eye movement time.
One of the most life-changing lessons from Dr. O'Neill was about the importance of rest and relaxation. In today's busy world, it is so easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to take a moment for ourselves. Dr. O'Neill stressed the benefits of getting enough sleep and managing stress.
God designed that this living machinery be in daily activity, and in that activity is its preserving power. So what's a preservative? It's something that stops you going bad or off.
One big thing she stressed is how exercise is not just about getting fit. It is like a magic potion for feeling awesome every day. I used to be a couch potato, but after listening to her, I started small with stuff like walking and stretching every day. You would not believe the difference it made. I felt more pumped up and happier right away. It is like my body thanked me for finally moving it around.
And I think one of the reasons so many Aussies are coming down with mental illness is they've forgotten square one, which is exercise.
Dr. O'Neill explains that exercise is not just about muscles, it is about making your whole body work better. She talks about how it gets your blood flowing, clears out the bad stuff from your system, and even boosts your mood. The science behind it is fascinating. Exercise increases the production of endorphins, which are natural mood lifters. It also helps reduce the levels of the body's stress hormones, such as adrenaline and cortisol. This explains why even a short walk can make such a significant difference in how you feel. I started scheduling walks into my day, stretching when I woke up, and doing little exercises here and there. It has become my new routine, and I can't imagine going back. I have got more energy to tackle whatever comes my way, and I feel like I am taking charge of my health in a way I never did before. She believes exercise is more important than calorie restriction for weight management and overall health. She talks a lot about reducing our exposure to all these environmental toxins. You know, those sneaky chemicals hiding in plain sight in things we use every day. So I have swapped out all those harsh cleaning chemicals for natural ones. My home now smells like lemons and vinegar instead of some weird chemical cocktail, and I feel better knowing my family is not breathing in that stuff anymore.
So drink bottles should be hard plastic, glass, or the stainless steels. Plastics also chemicals, and probably one of the worst chemicals. And the reason why it's the worst is because to kill the plant, it actually has an effect on the plant's hormones. It's called glyphosate or Roundup.
Another thing she got me thinking about is plastics. Apparently, they can leach all sorts of not-so-great stuff into our food and drinks. I have switched to using glass containers whenever I can. It is a small change, but it adds up. Plus, my fridge looks way fancier now with all those glass jars. It is not just about what we use, though. It is also about being mindful of what we bring into our homes in the first place. Dr. O'Neill made me realize that I have control over what products I buy and bring home. So now I read labels like a pro, looking for natural, safe ingredients. It is surprising how many alternatives are out there once you start looking. If we can't pronounce it or don't know what it is, it's probably best to avoid it. This mindfulness about food quality can have a significant impact on our health, reducing the risk of chronic diseases and improving our overall well-being. Dr. Barbara O'Neill emphasizes sunshine as a natural powerhouse for vitamin D. She believes our bodies can make vitamin D when exposed to sunlight, converting a type of cholesterol in our skin. To optimize this vitamin D production, Dr. O'Neill offers some unique advice.
So if someone goes into a shower and washes themselves with soap straight after their exposure to sun, they will get no vitamin D.
She recommends avoiding soap immediately before or after sunbathing. According to her, soap can strip away the natural oils on our skin, which might hinder the absorption of vitamin D.
So how long should we be out in the sun? Well, depends on your skin and depends on the country you're in and depends on the time of day. I've got white skin, so I have to be cautious. So when Michael and I had a holiday in Cairns recently, Cairns is right at the top of Australia, I laid out by the pool every day and I had my watch. 15 minutes front, 15 minutes back, under the umbrella.
Dr. O'Neill also emphasized the importance of being sun smart. This advice on sun safety added another layer to my routine. Initially, I had not thought much about the time of day I was exercising outdoors. After learning about the risks associated with excessive sun exposure, I adjusted my schedule to avoid peak sun hours. Dr. O'Neill explained that the ultraviolet UV radiation from the sun can cause significant harm to the skin, leading to premature aging, sunburn, and an increased risk of skin cancer. She talks about how our food today might not be as nutritious as it used to be because of how we grow it. She says the soil that our fruits and veggies grow in does not have all the good stuff it used to, so even if we eat lots of them, we might still be missing out on important vitamins and minerals. She says this could be why so many people feel tired or down a lot, or why some folks have long-term health issues. It is like our bodies are missing something they need to work well. That is where Dr. O'Neill says supplements can help. She thinks taking good quality supplements can fill in those gaps and help us stay healthy. Learning about this from her made me realize I need to pay more attention to what I eat. I try to make sure I am getting enough green veggies like she suggests, and I am more aware of where my food comes from. It has made a big difference in how I feel day to day. I used to feel sluggish sometimes, but now I have more energy and just feel better overall.
You know, that's one of the reasons why we're sick is because people do not realize that what they're eating is actually what they're going to live and move tomorrow. And what a pity that McDonald's ever came to your island or your Kentucky Fried.
Dr. O'Neill really opened my eyes to the importance of picking quality foods. She's all about ditching the processed junk and going for real, fresh food. You know, the kind that comes straight from the farm or the local market, not out of some factory. She emphasizes the benefits of eating locally grown and seasonal foods, which makes sense, as these options are often fresher and packed with more of the good stuff our bodies need, because they haven't traveled long distances or sat on shelves for extended periods. And organic? Yeah, she is all for it if you can swing it, but she gets that it is not always easy or cheap. She is cool with us picking and choosing when to go organic, focusing on what matters most to us. One thing that really hit me is how she is all about not judging a fruit or veggie by how it looks. Even if it is a bit weird shaped or not perfect, it can still be just as good for you, and usually cheaper too. I started shopping at farmers markets more, where I can get veggies straight from the farm, It is cool because you can chat with the farmers and know exactly where your food comes from. There is something really satisfying about cooking with ingredients that you know came straight from a nearby farm. It makes you appreciate the food a lot more. Dr. O'Neill says these kinds of foods have more nutrients too, so you are getting more bang for your buck health-wise. Wrapping up, I just want to say how much Dr. Barbara O'Neill has meant to me. Her passion for natural health and her practical tips have made a huge difference in my life. I feel healthier, more energized, and just better all around. If you are dealing with health issues or just want to feel better every day, I can't recommend her enough. Trust me, diving into her teachings will be one of the best things you can do for yourself. Dr. O'Neill shows us that we have the power to take charge of our health, listen to our bodies, and make choices that truly support our well-being. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried any natural remedies or made changes to your diet and felt a difference? Or maybe you have some questions about what I shared today? Drop your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories and chat with you all. Your journey and insights can inspire and help others, just as Dr. O'Neill has done for me. Let's support each other in our quest for better health and well-being.